All right, sixth graders, we are diving right on in here to chapter 6. And so we're going to be getting into equations here in chapter 6. And so today our focus is going to be on taking word sentences and writing them as mathematical algebraic equations. An equation, you see kind of the word equate. An equation has an equal sign. Some sort of math problem going on, and then there's an answer. So there's equals in every single one. These are not going to be expressions that do not have equal signs. These are equations. They have equal signs. Well, we have several that we're going to look at. This first one, a number C decreased by 7 is 6. The key sixth grade is to look for keywords, clue words. Clue word here is decreased. Decreased means it got less, and as a sixth grader, you should know that that means subtraction. Now it says a number C was decreased by 7. Well, so that means we started with C, we decreased it by 7, so C minus 7 is 6, equals 6. Let's look at the next one. 8 times the number K is 48. Well, times means multiplication. Well, what are we multiplying? 8 and K. As we're doing equations and getting into variables sixth grade, the way that I want you to show multiplication is, with variables, is just to put a number right next to the variable. A number right next to the variable means multiplication. So it's saying 8 times a number K is 48. And in future, you always put a number before the variable. If a situation arises where you have to put the variable first, then typically what you'll do is either go K and use a dot for multiplication, or you could put the 8 in parentheses, or sometimes they even will put both in parentheses, as parentheses typically means multiplication. But as a general rule, it's going to be number times a variable. You're going to show that multiplication by putting a number right next to a variable. 8 times the number K, 8K. 71 equals 18 more than a number J. Well, we want to do exactly what it says. So first of all, it says 71 equals. So that's what I want to write down. 71 equals. Now it says 18 more than a number J. Well, the fact that it says 18 more, that lets us know, well, we're probably adding. That sounds like addition. Now, a lot of times we would just go and put 18 plus J, because 18 is the number that's there. But if we think about really what it's saying 18 more than. That means if it's saying 18 more, that means it's increasing by 18, which means my addition problem needs to read plus 18. Well, it's 18 more than what? Well, it's 18 more than a number J. And so I'm going to put J there. 71 equals J plus 18. Now you might say, well, Mr. Swack, J plus 18, 18 plus J. What does it matter? Because 5 plus 3 is 8, and 3 plus 5 is also 8. Well, you are right when you say that. However, I want you to get in the habit of putting exactly what it is the word sentence is telling you what to do, and in the order that it's telling you to do it. Last one for this first board, 8.7 less than a number H equals 42. Well, it says 8.7 less. Less sounds like subtraction. Less than what? A number H. So that sounds like we're starting with H, and we're trying to figure out what 8 and 7/10 less than H is. Well, it tells us it equals 42. So that's going to be H minus 8 and 7/10 equals 42. All right, moving right along. As we look at this next one, let me get this one out of the way here. It says the sum of a number y and 15 equals 20. Key word here, sum. The sum is the answer to an addition problem. So we know, since we're talking about sum, we're going to be adding here in this one. The sum of a number y and 15 equals 20. Well, it sounds like it's saying the sum of a number y and 15. So it sounds like it's going to be y plus 15. Well, what does y plus 15 equal? It tells me right there. It equals 20. All right, moving right along. A number z divided by 7 equals 3. Well, we are getting to the point, 6th grade, that as a general rule, when we talk about division, I don't really want you to use that sign. And you'll still see that sometimes, our long division, but that's not really what we're doing today. You should remember one of the things that I've mentioned multiple times is that fractions is how we show division. And when you start to get into algebra, 7th, 8th grade, so forth, when you see a fraction, you're going to need to understand that that means division. And we've talked about that before, turning fractions into decimals and all that. So when it says a number z divided by 7, on today's assignment, I'm going to be setting that up as a fraction. So it's actually going to be z divided by 7. Well, what does z divided by 7 equal? Z divided by 7 equals 3. All right, moving right along. 8 is 1/3 of a number f. Well, 8 is 1/3 of a number f. Okay? So when we're talking about trying to figure out what 1/3 of a number f is, that is going to be multiplication. If I want to figure out what 1/3 of something is, I'm going to multiply it by 1/3. Now, once again, it says 1/3 of a number f. When I multiply a number with a variable, I always like to put the number first. So I'm going to put 1/3 of f. 1/3 f, and it says 8 is, which means my 8 needs to come over there. 8 is, I need to start with 8 equals. 8 equals 1/3 of a number f. All right, moving right along, 2 more. 12 is the quotient of a number z and 6 1/3. 12.5, sorry, is the quotient of a number z and 6 1/3. Well, quotient, once again, quotient means division. Now, we talked about using fractions as division up there in this one. Here I have a mixed number, and I'm not going to put a mixed number within a fraction. So here's an example where I'm just going to go ahead and use this division sign. Sometimes we have to bring it back, but we just have to know the appropriate times. And it says the quotient of a number z and 6 1/3. So this is going to be z divided by 6 1/3. Well, the rest of this says 12.5 is the quotient of. So it sounds like at the beginning, I need to put 12.5 equals z divided by 6 1/3. All right, last one. 23 is 7 more than a number r. 23 is 7 more than a number r. Well, the fact that it says 23 is, that tells me that I need to start that as 23 equals. Well, 23 is what? 7 more than a number r. It's saying it's 7 more. That means I'm adding 7, which means that my equation needs to read plus 7. It says, is 7 more than a number r? Well, 7 more than what? It's 7 more than r. 23 is 7 more than a number r. All right, 6th graders, we'll talk to you later. Bye.